If you love games like Five Nights at Freddy's for their hidden lore and secrets, then you need to try these other games out. When playing horror games, some people actually find the adventure of lore hunting and finding the treasure of secrets to be considered cozy and the most rewarding aspect of a game. So, here's a list of 10 horror games where you can do just that and focus on lore and secret hunting. Starting off our list, we have a few dark visual novels that are definitely more than they appear to be. First up is near and dear to my heart, Cooking Companions. Featured on GameTheory, Cooking Companions is a visual novel with light dating sim elements and a cute anime style that tells a dark story based on Eastern European folklore. Play through the story developing relationships with humans and food alike, all while cooking vegetarian dishes for your friends until the food starts to run low. Or does it? With many different endings and notes to find, see if you can uncover the secrets within the cabin and its basement. Our next visual novel is Scarlet Hollow. From the developers of the widely popular and award-winning game Slay the Princess, the game begins with you returning home to a dead-end mining town known as Scarlet Hollow after the death of your aunt. Here, you can develop relationships, romantic and platonic, with a massive cast of characters in order to learn more about the dark paranormal mysteries looming in the shadows of the forest. In addition to it being a dating sim, Scarlet Hollow features a unique gameplay feature to the visual novel genre. Instead of a visual character customization, Scarlet Hollow offers specific character traits, such as quiet and observant, hot and clueless, and even speak with animals. These traits will change how you interact with this vast world and help shape each of your character's choices. And those choices matter in this game, as there are hundreds of unique dialogue options that will build and change your story, leading to different multiple endings that uncover answers to secrets, but they also reveal new mysteries. This means you'll have to play through each chapter multiple times in order to fully learn what's happening in Scarlet Hollow. With a unique art style, mysterious story, and its unique take on visual novels, Scarlet Hollow has the potential to be just as big as Slay the Princess. Our last visual novel on this list is probably my favorite of the bunch, and I think the most underrated, the elevator game with Catgirls. Now, don't let the cute anime Catgirls fool you, because this game is way more dark and mysterious than it seems. The game is based off the old Korean urban legend, the elevator to another world, a ritual that is said to take you to another dimension in an elevator if you follow an exact set of rules. We play as Asahi, a cute cat girl who claims the urban legend is a silly hoax. But then, if it isn't real, why hasn't she seen her girlfriend since the night she performed the ritual in that abandoned building's elevator? Guilt forces Asahi back within the abandoned building to find her girlfriend Kieran by taking part in the same elevator ritual she did when she went missing. Gameplay consists of visual novel elements and point-and-click puzzles, along with a simple inventory system to guide you through the story and help you uncover the 15 different endings in this mysterious game. Now, I truly don't want to give anything away, but in my opinion, this game has perfected how to fully and effectively grasp the player into not only wanting, but craving answers and making them dig for those secrets in order to find out what on earth is going on. This next game is a loving homage to the classic PS1 survival horror, Crow Country. Set in an old abandoned amusement park, you play as the detective Mara Forrest as you guide her through tricky, thought-provoking puzzles to solve the mysteries behind the park, because the plot is intentionally left vague if you simply just play the game. Although the puzzles can be a bit difficult to solve at times, each of them are fully contained in their own rooms, so you won't have to look over the entire map to find answers. But don't worry, because exploring the environment rewards you with notes you can pick up and read to find out more about the secret lore. Now, my favorite thing about Crow Country is from the beginning, you can choose to play in either survival horror mode or exploration mode, which means you can turn off enemies to focus solely on collecting the lore and solving puzzles. Crow Country truly is a cozy horror game, and if you're into that, don't worry, because there's another cozy horror game coming later on. Now, I'd argue that some of the most overused and overhyped tropes in recent horror media is the use of a creepy, long-lost video game cartridge and mascot horror. And you can either get it so right or so wrong. But this game got it so wonderfully right, and that's, of course, Shipwrecked 64. This is a game that mixes the iconic horror trope of a long-lost Nintendo cartridge with mascot horror trope, and masterfully creates a game that players don't want to put down. You play as Bucky the Beaver, whose ship, as the title states, has wrecked on an island. Your shipmates have been taken captive for disturbing the island, and to get them back, you must beat a series of minigames from the local residents of the island. Win all the minigames, and you get your friends back and can leave the island. But then, why is that the bad ending? Replaying the minigames, but this time purposefully failing them, will reveal some brutal, hidden cutscenes that show a much darker side of the island. But failing minigames is only the first of, and geez, I cannot stress this enough, several ways to unlock secrets and lore in this game. Some of them are drastically more difficult than the others, but I promise the payoff feels so good when you figure them out. Up next is a game that only has one chapter out, but it is so filled with secrets rife for theory crafting that I have to bring it up. And that is Indigo Park. Indigo Park, like Shipwrecked 64 and, of course, FNAF, utilizes mascot horror to lay the groundwork for its story. And while I do agree mascot horror can be overused at times, it can also be used in fun and unique ways that keep games fresh. In Indigo Park, we play as a mysterious protagonist who wants to investigate the sudden closing of the amusement park we used to attend as a child. There, we meet Rambly the raccoon, our AI buddy, who guides us through the park. Along the way, we solve environmental puzzles and find collectibles, which reveal hidden secrets and lore for the game. We also get to meet a unique cast of characters that are fully voice acted to immerse us into this world the devs have created. Some of my favorite ways to find secrets and lore in games is through little mini-games within the game, like FNAF's 8-bit mini-games. And Indigo Park has these as well with the arcade machine. In it, you can beat the game as normal, but if you take a different route, you'll be rewarded with some interesting lore bits. Now, obviously, I won't tell you exactly how, because it's way more fun to figure it out yourself, but man, I just love puzzles like that. They've been a thing since SNES, but not enough people utilize them, man. Now, like I said, only Chapter 1 is out so far, but I had to include it for the amount of secret lore it already has. Now, speaking of games that aren't fully out, these next few games are only available as a demo, but boy, are they drenched in secrets and lore to find, so keep your eyes peeled for them. Starting off with the other cozy horror game I mentioned, We Harvest Shadows. This game is not your typical farming sim, as it tackles difficult subjects like depression. You play as Garrett, a city boy who decided to give up his life as he knows it and live on an abandoned farm because he feels the world is better without him in it. Each morning, you wake up to a list of tasks to do to give meaning to the day, such as growing crops, caring for the animals around the farm, chopping trees, and tidying up the house. Each with simple, stress-free gameplay, making this a nice, cozy farming sim. But the twist comes each night when glimpses of movement come from the shadows. Is it just his imagination, or is there truly a monster behind every corner? And why is there an abandoned village near your farm? Find answers to what could be happening through flashbacks, voiceovers, and journal entries hidden throughout this expansive wilderness. Devs are active in updating the game and taking notes from their community, and most recently they announced a fishing system is coming, but want to make sure it's enjoyable, so they asked which fishing systems are everyone's favorite so they can make one that most people will actually enjoy rather than finding annoying or frustrating. Speaking of active communities and developers listening to them, these two next games have just that. Next on our list is Desktop Explorer. This game is bursting at the seams with lore and secrets to find as soon as you boot it up. Desktop Explorer is an investigation puzzle game set in a retro-style operating system where you play as a girl who has been gifted a desktop computer from her uncle. But of course, there is more to this computer than we think. Solve 10 different puzzles within the computer's files and glitches to unlock secrets and lore to find out the reason your uncle gifted you this computer in the first place. Along the way, you'll uncover stories of ancient civilizations and cults that might just have something to do with your uncle's disappearance. Solve one puzzle to unlock the next until you make it to the end of the demo with a cliffhanger that had me craving more. The devs are active in their Discord with updates on the game. They've even added a 3D space within the computer that looks so new and interesting. Demo is out now, so please give it a shot and add it to your wishlist. Our final game demo on this list is, in my opinion, the one with the deepest rabbit hole of a story, ONEWAY.EXE. ONEWAY.EXE is a love story to old internet creepypastas and horror. Explore, survive, and solve puzzles to find out what happened to Untitled.exe and its developers, and understand why you're in the middle of it. The gameplay is a unique mix of point-and-click escape room type puzzles for each of the stunning characters. For instance, Meaty's room has you feeding the pig, Anita's room has you playing hangman, Ophelia's room has you going through emails to solve puzzles, and there is so much more. Piece together secrets from each room to begin to put together their massive intertwining story. But the game isn't the only way to find lore in this game. The devs have also created an entire ARG for even more in-depth lore and secrets to uncover if you go to their website. Like I said, it is massive. So if you need help with it, the Discord has an incredibly active community of theorists who created a Google Doc with all their findings. Our last and final game on this list has no game out, actually, and that is Giggle Land. Now, glancing at the Steam page, you'll notice the description says, "Discover why your guests are always smiling. This game is not suitable for children." And the developer listed is an obvious YouTube link, so we just know this game is going to be bursting at the seams with lore, because lo and behold, there is already an ARG out with secrets and lore to find. Uncover a story of family, belonging, and the true cost of endless happiness. If that doesn't scream secrets abound in this adorable game, I don't know what does. The amount of content the developers have already put out for Giggle Land is huge, so I sincerely hope they can keep it up when the game actually releases. In the meantime, check out the ARG and wishlist it on Steam to help them out. And that's my list of my top 10 games to play if you enjoy games like FNAF for their secrets and lore hunting. If I missed your favorite, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. And if you liked this video, I think you'll like this one too.